Good evening, everyone. How you all doing? It's 11:15 on Monday, the 31st of January. The transfer window was slammed shut, of course. It never actually slammed shut because it was barely adrift, really. Like, a little bit open, and that was it. And then someone's just pulled. It's more just been pulled too, like it's a bit chilly. Close it. And that's what's happened. Hello. Anyway, hello to everyone joining in. It's nice to essentially be live again. This is why I'm doing this. I was like, I'll go live and chat away to you guys and have a chat about football and City and all that because it's good stuff. It's good to see people already here in the chat as well. We've got number one in English. Conor McMahon, MCFC TJ. Hello, TJ, my friend. Tyrese McKenzie, Jazib, Luke, Mimola TV. And Owen as well. I miss doing the videos, mate. I miss doing the live ones, but now we're all back here to chat together and things are good. I've got a space, I can do it. I know the internet works. Life is wonderful. And I just missed it. I missed it, So I said, I've done a live video today. I've done 2 videos already. And I said to Nicola downstairs, she was playing the game. I was like, I want to go and do a video. That's what I chat about football because I realised I was browsing all the academy news and I thought, we'll chat together, man. We'll chat together. The Almighty Fish, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope you're wonderful and I hope you are good. But these live videos are going to be back, so if you're watching this right now, just hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean? Give this video a like because me chatting City is going to be a thing regularly online. Hi. There's a beautiful lady in the chat. Nicola, hello. Hello, the wife. She sat downstairs playing Guardians of the Galaxy, actually, on the PS5. I've just realised my phone's been turned off, so I'm turning it on. But anyway, this is obviously, the transfer window is now closed, so I'm going to jump on and talk about what is going on in the transfer window and all the little bits of information and all the little transfers that have been happening during this time. Because things have been happening, you know what I mean? Things have been going on. A lot of it looks very positive. So, obviously, the title of this video is about McAtee. Now, there was some rumours going around. It's from various Twitter sources and various journalists. I know people basically, not me. I don't have any inside info on this. I'd be lying if I said I did. But I think there's enough noise around this to be positive. I think McAtee wants to be a Manchester City player. He wants to make it in Manchester City. And I think there's enough good intentions here from both sources that this will happen. I'll jump over to the other screen so we can have a go through the aggregators and go through all the headlines. Oops, that's the wrong one. That was all my stream details over there for you, but that should be showing now. There we go. So I'm going to have a look around here. So early on, Telegraph, James Ducker from the Telegraph was saying that there was positive talks over a new Manchester City contract for James McAtee, which were ongoing. And according to some sources, and I think it was from Sam Lee, I think it was said that McAtee was actually the one that rejected some of these loans. So it wasn't a City thing, it was him rejecting it. He had interest from Rangers, Bournemouth, Swansea, QPR, Huddersfield, and in Spain, Belgium and Holland. Globe-trotting James McAtee there. But apparently both the player and him feel he's likely to learn most by staying at the club. I love that attitude, and you know what? He's probably right, actually. He's probably right. So essentially, the rumours now, and Sam's there saying that apparently he's very hopeful that he'll sign a new long-term contract. I mean, that's great news, obviously, because he's an incredibly important young talent that I want to see more of at Manchester City. I really do. I'll get onto that more about McAtee in a second, but I've got to go to Super Chat because Omar, you absolute legend, saying Guardians of the Galaxy is incredible. I also just saw the Endrick video you posted, and I want him. Good news about McAtee's contract. Firstly, I've not played Guardians yet. Nicola's playing it and enjoying it. It's meant to be a good game. Not like a classic, but a really good, a good, solid game. I'm going to play it. Don't worry. Second thing, I had never heard of this Brazilian wonder kid called Endrick until about half an hour ago. And he's this 15-year-old bulldozing, old school forward with, an insatiable desire to score goals. I fucking love watching players when they burst into the scene like that. Really like him. Probably going to go to Madrid, but he's 15. 2006 born. Ridiculous. Not on. And it is good news about the McAtee's contract. It's good news that you're here, Omar. You know what I mean? But it is good news. For me, that is what it's all about. McAtee staying. There's just too much ability there. There's too much natural ability. Basically, the difficult thing is that I'm sure they want to do the Foden path. But the Foden path, you can't have 3 or 4 Fodens at the same time. That's the problem, is because only one of them is going to get the Foden minutes. And at the moment, it's Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's doing the Foden pathway. And if Cole Palmer wasn't there, it'd be McAtee. but it's just like they're battling over the same minutes, which is very it's difficult for both players, of course. But it doesn't mean they don't rate McAtee. So many things can be true at the same time. You know, like they think he's brilliant, but also like right now Palmer they think he's probably a few months ahead of him. But that's not a slight on McAtee. But I am happy. I'm hoping that City are confident about him staying and they see this as a positive. And what I'm hoping is that basically they reward him for his conviction in staying, essentially. They go, well done, you've stayed, we understand that you trust us. It's a good thing that you trust us. Thank you for trusting us. And we'll give you that opportunity because he's a really good player who could get his pick of football in a lot of places. They have to kind of show him a little bit of love two ways. And like they don't have to play him, of course. But Manchester City right now showing him a little bit of like essentially positive reinforcement. And also, you got to bear in mind, if McAtee stays now and doesn't take the opportunity to leave when he could easily have done that, McAtee stays and signs a new contract and actually gets a bit of game time and gets a pathway, Manchester City can turn around and go to every other young player if we could leave it. Look, we did it for him. We've proven that we are people of our words. So it's great for McAtee. It's great for the academy if it happens. And all around, I feel like it's a really positive thing. Big love for the super chat from Oliver Boyson. Sorry, I bet you didn't miss me singing, did you? Or you didn't, did you? Oliver saying, solid window, got a striker, a few loans out, would love a centre midfield or left back, but I'm definitely happy otherwise. Yeah, mate, to be honest, Oliver, yeah, I wasn't expecting anything major, but when you obviously confirm the signing of a wonder kid, that's always a very good thing, even if we have to wait until July for it potentially even longer. But either way, signing a wonder kid is always good news, man. It's always good news. And of course, the loans out look pretty decent. We've moved on some players so far successfully that weren't getting game time. Of course, Howard Bellis was on the bench at Anderlecht after an initial promising start, and now he's gone to Stoke and he's playing and doing really well. Tommy Doyle at Hamburg couldn't get a game. Now he's gone to Cardiff and he's getting game times in the Championship and doing really well. That is good so far. And of course now as well, as you can see scrolling across the bottom in a second, it looks like Morgan Rogers, who was at Bournemouth and not getting game time, has now moved to Blackpool, which is another... that's another decent loan there. So Blackpool, of course, are in the Championship as well. So he's got a Championship loan. If he starts playing, that's really good. We've moved a few players on as well. Luke Bolton has gone to Salford. I like Luke Bolton. He's a good player, man. He's a good player. Not found his own personal role yet in his career, but he's gone to Salford City in League Two. He's staying local. I just feel like there's something about Luke Bolton that could eventually make him a good level player. I don't think he'll ever make it to the Premier League, maybe not. But if he did reach the Championship, I would not be surprised. And who knows, maybe he finds a little bit of confidence. But he's a hard-working, lightning-quick, good attacking right-sided player, and hopefully he'll do well. I like that fact that, I'm not sure if that's a typo, Tyrese, but I think Taylor Hardwood, you're excited about him, good for you, man, but it's Harwood. But maybe that's how we all felt after that move went through, and it was a good one for him. As Morgan Rogers to Blackpool fell through, has it actually fell through? Didn't Morgan Rogers to Huddersfield fall through, and he's gone to Blackpool? If I'm wrong there, I absolutely apologise. Mo asked me about the Fulham game. I'm going to be sat in the City's box, actually, mate. I'm working the Manchester City game on Man City Live. I can't wait. I think me and David Mooney are actually on it together. But I'm going to be in Man City Live, so I'll be in their little box in the corner. Which I'm looking forward to, actually. I think I'll be in the Colin Bell stand in the corner. Unless there's a loan extension, don't think some of them have gone through. No, I think there is a loan extension sometimes, isn't there? I'm pretty certain there is with these things. I mean, let's jump over to the aggregators and have a chat about all the aggregator news and all that kind of stuff. 1 second. Oops, I can't bloody work out what's going on there. Why have I done that? Hang on. Let me get over. I nearly showed you my DMs, which I definitely want to do. So what's going on today? We've got... So Matt Smith has joined MK Dons. Matt Smith is another good player, by the way, Matt Smith. He's had like indifferent loans, hasn't he? I liked him though. He's a really intelligent footballer. He plays for Wales, of course. Where was he on loan at? He was at QPR at one point, wasn't he? Was he at QPR? I get tired and there's so many people to follow. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was. He was at QPR. Didn't really get many games. Then went to Charlton. Didn't get many games. Doncaster did pretty well last season. He played a lot of football. He went to Hull this season, and he's not really played much, but he's now just joined MK Dons on a permanent transfer, which is a pretty decent move for him. He's only young still, Matt. He's only 22 years old. A really nice lad, actually, as well. A really nice lad. So hopefully he gets the chance that he deserves, in my personal opinion. He gets the chance that he deserves. And hopefully he makes a bit of a career for himself as well. Sammy Robinson's an interesting one because Sammy Robinson had plenty of injuries. He came back for the EDS the other day. He's like 19, 20 years old. No one really rates him that much in terms of he was never a big profile player. He played for the EDS. He looked fantastic, like genuinely fantastic. He was bulldozing forward, creating chances. He looked powerful as an inverted fullback playing from the left, and I really enjoyed watching him play. So he's gone to Port Vale. Do you know what? I would absolutely be lying if I said I knew where Port Vale are playing these days. I'm going to have to Google it because I've just not been paying any attention. They are ninth in League Two, so actually that's not a bad little move for him. And they've also got a sell-on fee, which is interesting. So Manchester City have given Port Vale him, and I guess they see that as, something to keep an eye on there. So it's a bit of a compliment, I would say. They are the rumours about Morgan Rogers going there. Philip Sandler was close to permanent move to Feyenoord. Don't know if that happened. I don't think that buyback clause would be used, so we'll have to see on that. Really, I don't really see it. Sandler he's stolen a lot bit of a living now, hasn't he? You know what I mean? And that's interesting. Ornsey said we've still got a sell-on clause with Douglas Luiz, so we've still got a bit of money to make in Douglas Luiz if that ever goes. Yeah, let's get the lights up. I'm here with Adzi is right. We're 141 people watching, 37 likes. What is this? A non-like show? I don't know what I'm on about. Either way, let's get the lights up. And also, 167 more subscribers. 167. 167. There's 144 people watching. Not every one of you subscribed. Let's get to 60k if you don't mind. That'd be really, really appreciated. So, who else? Has anything else happened? I'll have a browse on my timeline myself as I'm doing it, so I can have a quick look so I don't miss anything out. But overall, it's Alvarez was the big one, of course. Alvarez is the big one. But we did see a lot going around in general. Liverpool didn't get Carvalho, by the way. I noticed that's gone off. That's interesting. That young Fulham lad that was highly rated. Tell me the big news. Tell me the big news that happened in the transfer window. I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious to see how it goes, but I'm just scrolling now to see if I missed anything in particular. But for Manchester City, it's been a functional transfer window. I think this is the best way to play it. Trance is walking his dog and listening. Or her dog, or your dog. Either way. Trance, good to see you, man. I'm glad that you can listen at the same time as walking your dog. But overall, Aubameyang to Barca is an interesting one, isn't it? It's like they're building a perfect team for 2018, isn't it? Like with Traore, Aubameyang and all that. It's like, what the hell are they doing? Vlahovic, Juve, of course, was a big one. But yeah, it looks like Carvalho's off, which is interesting. So Arsenal just got rid of loads of players, didn't they? Let me just get Arsenal's transfers up. Arsenal transfer. Let's have a look. I'm going to try and get them up on screen somehow and somewhere. So who did Arsenal move on in the end? It feels like the whole world, they've got rid of everyone. Let's have a look. I'll see if I can get... Oh, that page is not available. All right, well, I'll see how it is. But either way, it's hilarious. I'm still laughing at how Newcastle cooked Arsenal out of getting the Guimaraes transfer. I've not watched Guimaraes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry. But apparently he's really highly rated, isn't he? You have to tell me more about him. I'm not one of those YouTubers who pretend to know loads about a player that I don't. So I'm too busy watching Manchester City all the time to pay attention. And also, you've got to bear in mind, I don't play FIFA and Football Manager, which is how we all keep up to date with all these things. So yeah, Eriksen going to Brentford is a very interesting one. You've got to respect, haven't you? You've got to respect him wanting to get his career back. I'll be honest, it does scare me. Of course it does. We watched a player, have heart problems on a pitch, and that's terrifying. And then against some medical advice, not all medical advice, I guess, he's playing football again. I wish him nothing but the best, and hopefully we forget that this is a thing, and he's playing football in a couple of years from now, and no one even thinks about it anymore. That's what I hope. Great player, and horrible circumstances. Fingers crossed he's going to be okay. Deli Ali to Everton is a weird one. Talk to me about that, man. Like, is he looking for some like Romontanda season, like where he's going to have a comeback, under Lampard, the man to teach him? But it's essentially a free transfer with like, what is it, like a 20 million loan fee after 20 games or something like that? I don't know. Something stupid where It's a big fee if he plays a certain amount of games. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Van der Beek as well for Everton. That's a very interesting one. Very interesting one. And I mean, they're stacked in midfield. I mean, Lampard's gone for midfield. Imagine about all these signings, this ends up being the biggest one, Alvarez. I mean, I did a video, of course, about Alvarez earlier, but we can't underestimate, genuinely, how good he is. Like, he's a really talented player. I kind of wish he was here now, just because I think, in general, learning from Guardiola is always better. I understand the patience, though. I understand that. Sometimes you just got to wait for these things, and that's just how it is, Either way, I hope he can be the one. I hope he can be the one, to get us excited in terms of strikers again, all that kind of stuff. But either way, Alvarez is a very exciting player. Zakaria has gone as well to Juventus. That's an interesting one. That could be a steal, Oliver. He's had injuries. I don't think he's quite found his form, actually, post his injuries, but we'll see how that goes. Either way, it's not exactly a bad, guess for Juventus, isn't it? He's still a very good player, and that price is just a bargain. So Zakaria at one point we're linked to him, but yeah, let's see if he finds his form again. It's been a decent window, actually, hasn't it? It's been a decent window, genuinely, for them. So I've covered my monitor with what am I doing? There we go. My light, so I can't see my monitor. Also, of course, as well, the Aaron Ramsey thing is interesting. Genuinely interesting. Apparently he's just really injured these days, so I'm not sure how much of a good idea that is, but, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Good luck to him, though. I always liked Ramsey. I thought he was a really good player. I met him once as well. True story. And he was a nice guy. Thoughts on the Hungarian wonderkid Zalon Vachka? I have zero, because I have never seen him kick a ball. But apparently he's highly rated, so good on him. And he's gone. Is it a City group signing as opposed to a City signing? Hasn't he gone to Lom or something like that? Something like that, I think he has. Dan Bird to Newcastle looks like a solid signing as well. I'm really interested to see how it goes down for Newcastle. I think it's going to be harder for Newcastle than some people realise. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about many things. So we'll have to see, really. He's staying at Bournemouth, is it? Rodgers is staying at Bournemouth. All right, then. I was wrong about that. Ignore the scrolling ticker. That was apparently wrong. I thought it'd been done. I'll update that. Rodgers, I'll just delete that bit of the screen now. Not that you're all bothered. I mean, I can just, just change it at any point, but I'll do it right now, I'll make sure my information is accurate on screen. I'm really excited personally. I know it's a slight change of subject, but I'm happy for Tommy Doyle. I really like Tommy Doyle. I think he's a fantastic player, got loads of potential, and I want to see how he gets on, genuinely. Export. There we go. Update at the bottom. I have to change it a little bit. So hang on. It'll be a bit. What's it doing there? Why is it moved like that? What's that about? What are you doing down there, boy? Get up here. It's dancing around. I'm editing on the fly here. This is pulling back the curtain. There we go. That's better, isn't it? That's better. Is Palmer back in training? I don't know, but I don't think it was anything serious because he wasn't on crutches or anything like that. So I have to see. Mbappe to Real? Yeah, it's going to happen, isn't it? Did anyone see that news going around Twitter earlier? That allegedly some Madrid journal saying that they don't think they can get Haaland at the same time, which is interesting. And he's currently not in their deadline at their eyes. I don't think that's true. I reckon he will. I think he will. They will go for him, but we'll have to see. Has Pep provided a timeline for Delap's return? Not that we know of. I mean, he's back in training now, so that's all there is to it. I would suspect he won't be involved against Fulham. For Delap, it's going to be a bit early. I reckon he'll probably play a few EDS games and hopefully he gets involved at some point later on the season. I can't really see it. Hope to be wrong, but hopefully he will do. That would be lovely, wouldn't it, if he finds his way back into the team, towards the end. I say way back into. I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it? But Delap, I really rate him. I genuinely really rate him. I think he's got a huge future in football, but that doesn't mean he'll make it at Manchester City. Fingers crossed he will do. Fingers crossed he will do, because I want him to. Fantastic evening wear. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, look at that. You're damn right. I'm flexing the dressing gown. At this time of night, you've got to wear a dressing gown. I thought I'm not getting fancy for camera, man. I'll just waffle on to you guys. Jazim, it's probably true about Haaland preferring Spain, sadly. That doesn't mean, I prefer many things, but I'm still happy with the other. You know what I mean? Like, I was a Nintendo boy, but I was still happy with a PlayStation, or I was an Xbox boy, still happy with PlayStation, or and vice versa. You know what I mean? So like many things can be true at the same time. Like, I mean, I think you could think Real Madrid's a 10 out of 10, but like if you couldn't get a 10 out of 10, the 9 out of 10 option is still pretty appealing. So you have to bear in mind there's always two ways of looking at these things. You might fancy life in Spain, but it doesn't mean the option ends up being right. It doesn't mean the option ends up being putting itself on the table. There's a lot of ways to look at these things, so I wouldn't really say it's dead in the water at all. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see on that one. I hope we see the best. The best striker in Europe, in my opinion, right now, Haaland at Manchester City. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine Alvarez and Haaland as our options. Brian! Big love to Brian. 2 years as a member. You're an absolute legend, mate. Saying the lap next year, you reckon, loan. I think so too, Brian. I think you might need a loan next year as well, but not in a like loan to go away kind of thing. Because sometimes with these loans, they just send them away, don't they? You know what I mean? And like it's like a loan because their career's done. But sometimes it can also be a potentially good thing. It could be that if he goes away in Championship and scores like 30 goals, something stupid like that, which I genuinely think he has the capability to do. It could be that. You know, imagine he ends up somewhere like Stoke and he scores like a shit ton of goals, and he proves himself. He fires a team, to the Premier League, and then as well, he comes up with them and does it again, and then all of a sudden he's a Premier League striker, scores 20 goals on loan again. It might be 2 years of loan, something like that. Obviously, it's a big if there, but I would not be surprised if something like that happened, and I would love it if it did. That would be the dream for me. Caballo is done, according to Javier. I don't know if you're reliable, Javier, but let me go have a scroll through my Twitter feed right now and see what's going on. Is it really done? I can't see anything going on. So I don't see any big news. Let's have a look on deadline day. I'm just scrolling right now. I mean, all the rumours suggest it's collapsed, so I'm not really sure what you've seen out there. Hibs, of course you would take the lap at Hibs, James. Of course you would, man. Don't forget Vinicius and Eden Hazard. What about them? Oh yeah, of course they're there. I mean, Hazard's been an absolute flop, of the highest order. So I would be very surprised if at any point they drop interest in Haaland for Hazard. Isn't it weird how much Hazard drops off? By the way, I know he's got injuries and all that kind of stuff, but genuinely, man, that was a next level drop off for Hazard. It really was pretty painful. But overall, what would everyone give Manchester City transfer window out of 10? Contextually, obviously, it's not been a big transfer window, but how are you feeling about it? Force in Canada, yeah, I don't know much about like Canada's Premier League or anything like that, but honestly, I only really saw a few viral clips of Canada. Canada celebrating all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was really exciting. I just love the passion, the energy. And Canada's a beautiful place with beautiful people. Me and Nicola went to BC, Vancouver, and went up towards Squamish and what's the other one? Where the Winter Olympics for that. Can't remember. Someone will tell me in the chat. But we loved it. And we walked around there. And it was great places. So Austin's going for 8. Luke 6. Oliver, Jerry going for a 7. 8, we got a striker. 9 says Javier. That's nice. I mean, it almost is like Bale just something off the cliff. Well, yeah, but at least Bale had a couple of good years at Real Madrid first. A lot of 6s and 7s. Canada plays in MLS. Don't they have their own league as well, the Canadian League? Like Luke's 1 8 out of 10. Yeah, I've live DVP and back now. It's going to stay this way as well. Yeah, they did, Jerry, by the looks of it. Yeah, and fair play to them. Obviously, it is paying off. Jonathan David, Haaland, and so on. It's nice to see, like, Nicola, by the way, she does a really good Canada national anthem because she lived in Canada for a year. True. I said it the other day to her, and she was like, "Oh, Canada, da 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 da." She probably went for it. I enjoyed it. A lot of your mum jokes going around in the chat. Can't beat a good your mum joke. Well done to everyone involved. Let me jump over to the super chats. I'm loving the super chats. Thank you. I've missed what that feeling was like in a good way. Richard saying, big up Canada. Ian, Jodine. Joe, is it Joe Doyne? I'm going to say Jodine. 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 I'll stop doing that. Because Jodoyne. Anyway. Big up Canada. Big up Richard. The Maple Leaf. And also, I can't really go much wrong with Mason saying, "Hey Stephen, let's all laugh at United." United are poop. I know it's Jolene, by the way, but I was singing Jodine because his name is Ian Jodine. Jodine. And I had to sing it. You know, I had to. Jolene's a good song as well, by the way. So, Mason and Richard, you're legends of the highest degree. Always. Thank you so much. Everyone laugh at United in the chat, man. Go for it. It's good fun. Oh, Canada. What a country. What a country. Real is a weird place. Hazard fell off a cliff suddenly like Bale. Now, I thought Bale had a couple of good years. I think Bale was actually really good for Real Madrid. Not incredible, but he was good. And I don't think he ever got the love that he deserved. Genuinely. Everyone's laughing at United. I'm enjoying that. What's Canada's theme tunes? Canada National Anthem lyrics. I'm gonna give it a sing. It's like, where are they? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true praise. I can't do it. I'm stopping. He stopped. Fuck that shit. I think he fell out of love with football, Stoichkov Bale. I think he did. Super chat again from Richard saying, forgot to say big ups to you as well. Big up you, man. Big up Richard. Big up you, pal. Of the biggest of big ups. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate it. Jolie's BTEC Island in the stream. Oh, both some good tunes, man. Do you not? You can't. I always didn't realize she wrote that. What you are, better, da da da. Da, 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 da. I don't know the word. Da, 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 da. Islands in the stream. All tunes. Big up Dolly Parton. Big up Richard. Bet you never thought I'd hear that, would you, Richard? Big up Richard. Big up Dolly Parton. What a sentence. Whistler. That was it. Whistler is the Canadian place I went to with Nicola. We spent a day in Whistler. It was beautiful. The disrespect for that good bando, I love that. Someone really said if Ronaldo wins the trophies United, it's bigger than anything Messi's ever won. I love the absolute backhanded compliment of that. Like, it's wonderful. It couldn't be more offensive to United, and at the same time, I love it. It's probably true as well. Oh yeah, and City Fulham selling out a week before. Colin is not wrong, is he? Don't believe the media spin. We've always had a huge fan base. We've always had a good fan base, man. Like, as I said on Twitter, did anyone see me sassing last week? I sassed for a reason. Like, honestly, Dolly Parton is way better on that. Sorry, yeah, Paul speaking facts there. Dolly Parton greater than Ronaldo. It's not even close. Dolly Parton, a wholesome, wonderful, fucking insanely likable figure. Ronaldo, an insanely talented, narcissistic freak. But he's a freak, not in a good way. Fuck him. Tim Hortons greater than Starbucks. You're not wrong as well. You're not wrong. I'm sorry. And also, Fonto Davis is great. He is, to be fair. Also, South Park creators, aren't they from Canada? And they are fucking absolute legends. Matt Parker and Trey Stone, or was it Matt Stone and Trey Parker? I can't remember the names. Either way, those guys are absolute legends. But yeah, City, like, about the ticket thing from last week, genuinely, it always bugs me, like, when adults generally, and we've all done it, and I've probably done it before at some past, but I think I've snapped out of it recently, this idea that, like, a club's value is based on the size of their fan base. It's just very strange. You know, like, oh, my club's got more fans than you. It's like, okay. You know, like, do you want to mock, I don't know, bury a lesser club, you know? The idea that you got loads of people who follow you means you're more worthwhile. It's not how it works, is it? You know, it's not how it works at all. It's like it just isn't how it works. That's not how life works or anything. And Alfie's right. Arcade Fire are Canadian, and I need to back up why that's important. Arcade Fire Cushion, one of the greatest albums of all time. Funeral. Arcade Fire Cushion, indeed, great place. It's a football equivalent of a peen measurement. It is. It's my dad's harder than your dad, isn't it? It's all like, well, he probably is, but, you know, who cares? My dad's probably more intelligent than your dad or whatever. Howson. Yeah, I worked with Howson for a bit. He's just a bit of an idiot, Howson. He's an idiot. You know, he loves his football. He's very passionate, but he's a bit of an idiot sometimes. I'm not a fan of Smashing Pumpkins, not because there's nothing wrong with him, but just I never listened to him. Terrence and Phillip, buddy. Yeah, a good old Terrence and Phillip. All Canucks, Brian Adams, Lars Morissette. I mean, it's just a big Canada, love off here, isn't it? Did I actually get you into Arcade Fire, Alfie, because of that cushion? If so, I'm very proud of that, because Funeral is one of the greatest albums of all time, in my personal opinion. It's wonderful. Yeah, Richard, we will do, mate. We wanted to go to Banff, but we didn't have time. But in general, we drove up the Sky something. There's a route that goes from BC, we stayed in Deep Cove in Vancouver. Beautiful, just outside Vancouver, beautiful little, it'd be called a hamlet in the UK, like a tiny little village. And it was on the edge of a little fjord or whatever, I don't know. And we went to obviously Vancouver a few times, went down Stanley Park, but we drove up the Sea to Sky Highway or something, I don't know, something like that it was called. Stopped off for loads of little places, saw loads of little waterfalls, got terrified that a bear would get us, never would do. Went to Joffrey Lake, wonderful, went to Squamish, went to Whistler. Great places, beautiful places, stunning, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. Do you think Vanska is similar to Sambienta as the CFG signing? Absolutely. From what I can tell of that Vanska guy, the Hungarian, Caesar Sky, I was right, yeah. But the Hungarian signing is, he's a City Football Group signing. These ones, what we do is we sign a whole bunch of them, hope one of them ends up being worth 30, 40 million, and then it pays for the rest of them, doesn't it? People like Douglas Luiz, he's paid for a few of them, and, we get him in for a few million, sell him for 5 times that. Hopefully one day one of them will be worth 70 and make it to the first team, or we'll sell them on or whatever. My favourite Smashing Pumpkins one is the Simpsons jokes, like Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins, Homer Simpson, smiling politely. Can Yangel Herrera be Fernandinho replacement? I don't really know. How's he getting on right now? Genuinely, I have not paid attention to it this season. I know he was doing well last season, but I've got a feeling he won't ever play for Manchester City, personally. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I know Banff, Jerry. I know it's a beautiful place. I wanted to go, but it was too far to go in our short time in Canada. It was too far. From what I remember, it was just a little bit too far out. Nicola lived when she was younger in Coquitlam for a year or two. And she loved it. Then I came back to England. Thankfully, she did, because I never would have met the love of my life. My wife. So I'm glad she did. Exactly, Blue Mooner. He said, funny how money and success change perceptions. In 99 in Division 2, 28k plus attendances, praising the media, sleeping giant, and massive fan base. Now and everything knock us down, but fuck them. Indeed, mate. Indeed. Are we sold Power at Sporting? I can't even remember, actually. Someone will have to answer that for me. Yeah, and hats off to the Fulham fans. You're absolutely right. It's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it, actually. I think we'll go really strong. I know we all want academy players to play, but he's going to play the strongest team, isn't he? No football for ages. He's absolutely going to play the strongest team we've got. Fulham are scoring loads of goals. They'll play a strong team. We are definitely going to play an incredibly strong team against them. So, yeah, of course he will do. I want to see McAtee and Palmer and Lavia. But I'd be surprised if more than Palmer starts. Genuinely would do. I would love it, though. I would love it. It would be great. Yeah, Bluey's right. I've noticed that as well. Issa Kabor. He's been playing in the African Cup of Nations, doing really, really well. Jan Kuto's doing really well as well. So we've got 2 potential right-backs there. Definite value from them, at least. Yeah, they'll make us money, if not... If not necessarily now, maybe they'll make it to the first team, not necessarily that, but they'll definitely make us money at very least. I don't think Yankuto will make it here either. I think he's a bit too small, but I might be wrong there. We'll see. It reminds me a little bit of Jeremy Frimpong and people like that. He was very good, but not quite going to make it the first team. He looks a little bit like, yeah. Excuse me, it's tired. It's 10 to 12 to be fair. The guy, I've already forgotten his name. Lamptey. Reminds me a little bit of him stylistically, but not quite as good maybe. But either way, he's going to have a good career, Kuto. He could make it. He could do. Let's see how he gets on in pre-season. He is doing really well, Frimpong. He's a good player. But the thing is, it's like level from that level to Manchester City's level. It's ridiculous. Like, genuinely ridiculous. It's really, really... hard to reach. It really is very hard. Guys, hit the like button. Let's get to 150 likes, and I need 166 more subscribers. Please do hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. I think I'm getting pretty tired. I think I'm going to go and chill. Has anyone watched the reaction to the Alvarez transfer? If you haven't already watched it, go and watch it. Go and watch it. But I think I'm going to be doing lives pretty much all the time now because I've got a really easy setup. I don't have to move cameras around. I'm sat here constantly, and it's really, really refreshing to be able to chat away to you guys always. But I'm going to go downstairs now and get just pop a cup of tea, chill for an hour, then go to bed, I reckon. You're all awesome. Sleep tight, you know. How's everyone sleeping at the moment? You know what I mean? How are you sleeping? Is anyone got any? What's your favourite sleeping tips? You know, have you? Jake, I don't think City are in for that Endrick lad. No, it's just he's someone I thought was really good. I shared a clip on Twitter before of this guy called Endrick. He's a Brazilian player I'd never heard of. He looks fantastic, and I'd never heard of him, but he looks brilliant. Alfie, I think my tinnitus might be getting a little bit better. I think it might be. He's still there, but the pressure's going in my ears, which is helping. I don't sleep very well either, Karis. You're not alone. I sleep awfully. But like I had pressure in my ears and I had tinnitus, and the pressure makes you notice your ears, which makes you notice your tinnitus. But the pressure's going now, and I think the infection's clearing up, which means I don't notice the tinnitus as much, even though it's still there, just because there's no pain in my ears, you know. So hopefully it will do, and thank you. I appreciate that, man. 15, bloody hell. Hendrick's 15. He's ridiculous. Go and Google him, or go and look at my Twitter feed. He looks insane. I'll be back at, there's no real update other than I've got then the rumours that apparently I'll go back to the start of the video, by the way. I'll go back to the McAtee rumours, because obviously people you've just joined right now. Before I sign off, I'll go back to the rumours. Let me just jump over. There you go. McAtee rejected, allegedly, loans from the likes of Huddersfield, QPR, Swansea, Bournemouth, Rangers, and in Spain, Belgium, Holland. And now apparently he wants to stay and fight for his place, and City are hopeful that he'll sign a new contract. A 6-year deal has been reported. Some rumours going around Twitter as well that it could be announced as soon as Wednesday. Fingers crossed, because that's obviously very big news potentially. But yep, that is the news. Military method. Don't move 50 minutes and you'll knock out. Also keep the room below. Oh, that's interesting. I'm a bad sleeper. I probably, someone's Nathan just said, how many sugars in your cup of tea? 1. But I probably shouldn't have sugar before I go to bed, should I? But I do it anyway. Okay, don't move 15 minutes. I get uncomfortable very easily. Is anyone else a really sensitive sleeper? Like, I feel like I need to shift a lot. Drives me mad. It drives me really mad, but you know, that's just me. Anyway, at that point, it's nearly midnight. I'm going to go and leave it there. You're all beautiful. Have a wonderful night. Go watch my Alvarez reaction if you haven't already. And I'll catch you for another live video. This setup's not finished, by the way. There'll be a shelf behind me eventually. There'll be artwork. And see all my art there that I need to pick up. Like, got loads of framed pictures, like a Logan film poster, Whiplash 1, Arrival, some New York poster. You know, I'll get a nice new frame to suit the room for Sergio in the background now. Where is he? There he is there. I've got loads of stuff to go up, which I will do. And also, my mum got me this for Christmas, me and Nicola. It's, remember our flat when I used to live in Manchester? She got us like a painting made of it, which is beautiful, of our flat. I love it. Me and Nicola got quite sentimental about that. She commissioned a painting of our flat. Genuinely love that. Because we were going to leave. But either way, that's going to go up on the wall as well. So loads of art and shelves and other stuff like that. You're all beautiful. Have a wonderful night. And I will catch you tomorrow. I enjoy these waffles, by the way. You know, I love a professional waffle. Right, in a bit. You're all the man. Not Cole Palmer's the man. Colin, you are the man. And everyone else. Bye-bye.